SolidWorks Education Overview will be presented to you today. We'll talk about our products, new functionality, curriculum, and certification. SolidWorks provides the SolidWorks Education Edition for your classroom. This year, we also introduced the Student Access Initiative for your students to be able to use SolidWorks in their home or anywhere around the world. SolidWorks Education Edition is based upon SolidWorks 2010 Premium. I am truly excited about the enhancements from our customers that are featured in SolidWorks 2010. But today, I want to talk to you as an educator how you can introduce these new tools to your students. Let's take a look at SolidWorks 2010. Over in SolidWorks Resources, access the SolidWorks tutorials. You may be familiar with Lesson 1 parts, Lesson 2 assemblies, and Lesson 3 drawings. This is where we ask most students to begin. But to understand the new functionality, we ask you to take a look at What's New tutorials for SolidWorks 2010. Whether you're talking about assemblies, configurations, drawings, motion studies, or design studies, there are tutorials available for you and your students to review. But by far, for me especially as an engineer and an educator, the best functionality that we have introduced for 2010 is SolidWorks Sustainability. The tutorial Designing for Sustainability with Sustainability Express can be accessed through the resource pane. As you use tools to turn on sustainability, you will see that we analyze a part for a complete life cycle assessment. So here's my part. I first select on material, then I select on my manufacturing process. Since I selected a plastic, SolidWorks knows that it either will be extruded or injection molded. Depending upon where I will procure my raw material and where I will use my product has effects on carbon footprint, energy consumed, air acidification, and water eutrophication. The most powerful tool for me is the Find Similar Materials. I can look at find similar materials and based on material properties such as density, specific heat, or tensile strength, find materials that represent similar material classes, density, or any of the other properties that I select. For example, I'm going to select a few here to narrow down my list. Dealing with SolidWorks Sustainability allows your students to understand material names, the types of classifications, and those material properties that they learn in physics or strength of materials class. As you change the material, the dashboard updates. There is also a great reporting tool that is tied to the internet. If you work with metals such as aluminum alloys, the process of manufacturing will change, such as die-casted or sand-casted, machined, or milled. Understanding the vocabulary of manufacturing is very important. Also new in SolidWorks 2010 is SolidWorks Simulation Tutorials. First, you need to turn on SolidWorks Motion for kinematic analysis, SolidWorks Simulation for stress and thermal analysis, and SolidWorks Flow for flow analysis. In the Help menu, you will see access to SolidWorks Simulation online tutorials. Those that are featured in Premium are also available in the Education Edition. Whether you're doing static, frequency, drop test, buckling, you will find tutorials. There are also verification problems. Here you can prove with an analytical solution the validity of SolidWorks simulation. We also feature the complete NAFEMS benchmarks. These benchmarks allow you to look at linear, static analysis, nonlinear analysis, thermal, composite, and more. Also new at 2010 is a complete interaction flow simulation tutorial. This flow tutorial allows you to look at different types of situations, and through the Help menu you are also able to select on instructor curriculum and student curriculum. The student curriculum opens up a variety of folders with different projects to work on. As you drill down, your students will be able to see motion analysis or flow analysis projects. With a control click, you download the information to your computer. Here we show a motion analysis. We provide basic animation, basic motion, and motion analysis. If you want to do complete kinematics with forces, velocity, acceleration, and torque, motion analysis is required. Remember to turn it on in Tools add-ins. New at 2010 is an instructor guide available through our customer portal and a student guide available through inside the Education Edition. For instructors, the customer portal is accessible through the Education Edition. There you will find tutorials in multiple languages. The SolidWorks Sustainability Curriculum is also available through the customer portal. We've created a new PowerPoint to help introduce the concept of sustainability to empower your students. This year we introduce a new SAE project curriculum. By working with SAE teams around the world, we understand the problems your students try to analyze and solve. So with realistic examples, and thanks to our friends from the University of Wisconsin Racing, we actually analyzed a Formula SAE car. So whether you're looking at the intake valve and determining a mold that is required, or doing analysis, flow analysis, stress analysis, or thermal analysis on a brake, the SAE curriculum is something to look at. We haven't forgotten about short projects. Let's start with the bridge. Using beam elements new at 2010, we are able to analyze the bridge, a balsa wood bridge. This program provides a very economical solution to the design, build, analyze, test, and have fun. I haven't met a student that doesn't like to break something. And with multiple iterations of truss design, your students will be able to establish a good foundation with the engineering design process. By learning how to make a proper cut list, you won't waste materials in your classroom. Drawings are important, and your students will learn how to create a standard professional drawing. With the F1 in Schools curriculum, your students will create a model, assembly, and drawings, important to calculate weight and overall dimensions for this competition. In addition, with flow analysis, your students will be able to simulate flow simulation, a virtual wind tunnel. With so much packed in 2010, we haven't forgotten about what every teacher wants to accomplish. We also have detailed drawings for students to practice their visualization process, and on the teacher blog we have a variety of examples. Math examples that involve the new sketch equation. In calculus, you can create a volume of revolution and determine its centroid. In the SolidWorks tutorial section, you will see a series of tutorials that the parts can actually be designed and machined. These are great for students in a technical vocational program. The link for the teacher blog is at blogs.solidworks.com/teacher, also available in French and German. SolidWorks also has a YouTube channel, YouTube/SolidWorks. For educators, we have a series of SAE videos, CSWA videos, and tutorials. On 3D Content Central, you will see extra effort this year in the area of components for SAE competitions and also for robot competitions. SolidWorks is designed for what you teach in mechanical, biomedical, robotics, electrical, computer, chemical, petrochemical, civil, environmental, industrial design and art, industrial manufacturing, life sciences, agriculture, material science, physics, automotive, and aerospace. What you do is what we help support. SolidWorks also provides a university research license. Based on the SolidWorks commercial license, research can be performed on your campus. You can work with industry and government and file for papers or patents. SolidWorks is designed for your students to learn. SolidWorks is easy to use, easy to implement. SolidWorks empowers your students as they learn the fundamentals of sustainable design and life cycle assessment. Soon, all design will be sustainable design. SolidWorks prepares your students for their career and future education. With the Certified SolidWorks Associate Certification Program and our strong SolidWorks community, your students will have a heads up in a very competitive job market. The CSWA Fundamentals exam can be provided by your institution. With over 25,000 certified users in SolidWorks and 170 local user groups throughout the world, you and your students are part of an amazing SolidWorks community. So from our products to our curriculum to certification and community, thank you for being part of what's new in SolidWorks 2010.